Hey guys, what is up? Joey here again. This is another deck build video. I'm in a different location. Yes, I'm in a bed. It is comfortable, and I'm lazy. Plus, I'm not feeling great. So, yeah. So today, I'm going to be talking about my Hydras. Just to let you know, it's a 5-color deck that isn't quite finished. I need to pick up some more Hydras from Toronto. Yes, I'm Canadian. But yeah, next time I go to Toronto, I'm probably gonna pick up the Apocalypse Hydra and, multicolored Hydras, right? Like Phyto Hydra, not sprouting, just regular Phyto Hydra. Apocalypse Hydra, stuff like that. Um, so today I'm gonna talk about my Hydra deck, and it's really impressive, and I have to say I'm very proud of this deck. Just because of the way it runs. I've been having a hard time finding something that beats it other than my enchantments, because like I said in my very first video, my enchantments beat it multiple times and very badly. Yesterday, I was at school and a friend of mine decided that he wanted to play my Hydra deck. Um, wish I recorded it because he played the Hydras flawlessly and I played enchantments flawlessly. And enchantments down at 4 life managed to get 2 unblockable creatures, knock him down to 8 life, and then kill him with the 2 unblockable creatures. And it was nuts. It was a 1-turn wonder. If I didn't draw that enchantment there, I was done. Anyway, let's get on with it. So I'm going to start with the not so needed creatures in this deck. I know you see that Primordial Hydra, just leave it alone for a minute. So Nalia, God of the Hunt, is the first one. Followed by the Prophet of Crufix. For those of you that don't know, this card is crazy good. Untap all creatures and lands you control during each other player's untap step. You may cast creatures as though they had flash. So say it's in a 4-player game. I get this big Hydra last turn, and I don't have the mana to play my combo this turn. I play this first. Friend's turn, I play the Hydra that I just got. Oh wait, and then I played Deceta Chromata during that next player's end step. And then next turn, so we already passed this guy's turn. Now we're on this guy's turn. This guy's turn I played Prophet of Crufix. Then I played Deceta Chromata at the end of this guy's turn. On this turn, I play that big ass Hydra. Let's say Primordial Hydra for everything I got. So let's say it's 5. So coming out as 3/3. Comes back to me, it's a 6/6. Come over here and do the same thing over again, basically. So yeah, that's a great card. Nally is a mystery. Kinda in here because Nally is in here, and it's just a good little, give a big ass Hydra trample and a little bit bigger. Artisan Kozilek, green decks, mana ramp. Gotta have an Eldrazi or 2 in here. So I got 2 of them. Panzer, or Pathrazer of Ulamog. Again, Eldrazi, gotta have like this particular card in here, in my opinion. It doesn't really need to come in here, but it seems to be doing work. Because it's a 9/9 Annihilator 3 and it has to be blocked by more than 3 creatures. It can be a game winner on many occasions. Yes, this build is modern. Next up, let's grab the Hydras. I don't know if these are organized at all. So I'm just going to take a minute and look through and see how organized they might or might not be. Yeah, my 2, yeah, those guys are separate. Okay, yep, we're good. So yeah, let's start with the Primordial Hydra. I only got 2 in here. People were probably thinking, what? Why only 2? It's such a good Hydra. It is a good Hydra. That's what makes it target practice for everything from Doomblade to Path to Exile to whatever you can come up with. It's the target. That's why there's only 2. I like to play a little bit more cautiously than that. A Phyrexian Hydra. Just a good 5 drop for, it's a 7/7 for 5. I don't go wrong with that. Plus, it's got infect. Only problem is every time it takes damage, it loses that many counters. Like, it loses that much power and toughness. So it's pretty easy to kill, but at the same time, it's pretty deadly. So, Sprouting Phyto Hydra. Just a great defensive card. There is probably not a single better defensive card than this. Do not underestimate the Hero's Bane. My one friend played this thing like turn 3 in this deck, and holy shit. It was up to 120 by the time I had 4 creatures out. He had this and 3 other Hydras. It's insane. The Nissan Wild's Ravager. Tribute 6. Whenever Nissan Wild's Ravager enters the battlefield, if tribute wasn't paid, you may have Nissan Wild's Ravager fight another target creature. Kind of a win-win for me. Protein Hydra. Just one of the most overpowered Hydras there is. When Protein Hydra enters the battlefield with X counters, it only costs 1 plus X, so let's say 10. You pay 10, so it's a 9/9. If damage would be dealt to Protein Hydra, prevent that damage and remove that many +1/+1 counters. Okay, let's say 5. So now it's down to a 4/4. Whenever a +1/+1 counter is removed from Protein Hydra, put 2 +1/+1 counters at the beginning of the next end step. So 5 times 2 is 10. That's a 14/14. You have to kill it in one shot, or else it's just gonna obliterate you. I have 2 Genesis Hydra next. Basically used to play more Hydras in one turn that I may not have in my hand. So, yeah. Very good card. Progenitus. Like I said, this is a 5-color deck. You're probably wondering, how is it a 5-color deck when all I'm seeing is green? More green, 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 green. Well, it's an interesting 5-color, and like I said, I don't have all the cards I want in here yet. Vastwood Hydra. When it enters the battlefield as X +1/+1 counters, it costs 2 plus X, so whatever you pay -2 is its power. And then when it dies, you can distribute that amount of counters between the creatures you control. Pretty useful. My World Eater. Monstrosity, it deals equal damage to the monstrosity divided as I so choose among creatures, but those creatures deal equal to their power to World Eater. Okay, and yes, this is the one from the dual decks. I liked the dual decks with this guy. It was amazing. It's monsters versus heroes. And next, I have the 2 Hydra Broodmasters, the alternative art and the regular. Basically, it's monstrosity and put out as many green XX Hydras as you pay divided by 2 minus 1. So let's say I pay 14, or let's just say 15 for argument's sake. So it gets 14 to the XX, which means it goes up by 7. So this would be a 14/14. Well, I get 7 7/7s out. Pretty nasty. Okay. Next is my land ramp creatures. It's just about this many. I don't exactly know how many are here, so let's count. 1 Elvish Mystic. Just for argument's sake, really. Because why not? 4 Linoir Elves, because I got these from a friend and I had nowhere else to put them, and I could have just easily replaced them all with Elvish Mystics. I have like 100. Seriously, I'm not even joking. Someone want an Elvish Mystic or Pacifism? Message me. I will freaking mail you like a full set. Voyaging Stare, untap target land. Good for later, you'll see why. Arbor Elf, untap target forest. Good for later, and again, you'll see why. Then my favorite, the alternative art Karmada's Acolyte. Add an amount of mana to your mana pool equal to the devotion to green. This is the main reason why most of the cards are green. It's because it does run off a little bit of devotion. But this can pay for the X cost of any Hydra just by tapping one card. It's nuts. It gives me such amount of time to play so many good cards. Okay, next up are artifacts. I only got two in here. Probably would have guessed the Elixir of Immortality. I freaking love that card. Probably my favorite artifact there is. And then I got the Gilded Lotus. It does the same thing as the Black Lotus, except it costs 5 and it's repetitive. And it's of any color. So, like, the 3 mana could be 3 separate colors and it's any color. So, yeah. It's a good card. I like it. Especially for Progenitus. Okay, next up is instants and sorceries. Only got one in here. This little guy, the Wandering Stream. Gain 2 life for each basic land type among lands you control. I'm going to show you the combo I got right now. Because you're probably wondering, why does he have that when he's only got one color mana, basically? Well, that's very mistaken. I got 3 of these Nalia's Presences. And when I play it on a land, that land counts as every basic land type. So in combination with the Wandering Stream, I gain a total of 10 life, which is nuts. And next up is the enchantments. As you just saw, there's 3 of them. So I got 1 Dictative Kermata. Flash, whenever a player taps land for mana, that player adds 1 mana to his or her mana pool of any type that land may produce. So, say if I tap a forest with Nalia's Presence, I could actually get blue-green, or whatever combo I want. Ordeal of Nylia, just literally land ramp. That's it. 3 Verdant Havens, I want 1 more. I enchant a land with this, and it gets another land added to my mana pool every time it taps of any color. So these are something that makes this deck a 5 color. Next up is the Marketplace Festival. Wait, I thought I had 4 of these. Okay, well, whatever. I got 3 in here for some odd reason. Where the hell is the 4th? So yeah, I add 2 more mana of any color to my mana pool. It doesn't have to be produced by that mana, it can be any color. So yeah. And last but not least, Collective Blessing. I know it's another multicolor, but creatures I control get +3/+3. Just beautiful in this deck. So let's go on with the land. Please excuse my lack of Rupture Spire because I've literally only got 1. It's just a good card. Like, play it, tap it, and 1 more mana. It doesn't matter to me. Next up, Promades, 4 of them. They do the same thing as Rupture Spire. And then a shit ton of Forest! Yeah! But yeah, just a shit ton of Forest. And that's the Hydra build. Basically, the mode of this Hydra build, and if you want, I'll weave it right now, which you probably want to see it in action.